Dear Santander students, hope you are staying at home and staying safe. This is the class 5th computer book. As you see, this is the front page of your book, or we can say the cover page. Now, these are the contents of your book. First two chapters is for PA 1 syllabus, and first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. These are for essay 1 syllabus. So let's start with the chapter number first, evolution of computers. Like, as you see, this chapter is for the historical purpose of your computer, as when computer started and now how the evolution has become from today's world. As you see, if I tell you, send me the letter or send me the message, so you does not write the message in an email. You will WhatsApp me on WhatsApp or Facebook. These are the new generations messaging software. So let's start. Everything in this world has a history. Nothing today looks similar to what it was in the beginning. Let's take an example of communication. Today, your grandmother may be communicating using a cell phone, but she did not communicate like this at the age when she was young or a kid. People of that generation used to write letters and post them. As I told you, nowadays we make calls to others by simply dialing their number to communicate with them. As in 1970 or back time, there is no scope for online education. As you see, there is no scope for online education, but today's there is a scope for online education as well. I will teach you online in today's time, but as I tell you, in last 10 years back, there is no much online education as available, because the internet cost is very much. Today's internet cost is very much less as compared to previous 10 years. So you will access them. The WhatsApp, Messenger, these are come just about 10 years almost. WhatsApp is started in 2013 and Facebook in 2009 and 10. So these are today's time, but we have to know the history of what we are using. So there is not much of conceptual in this. There is only for the your knowledge. History of computer. The computers that we use today are very different from the early devices that were invented. Right from abacus, many devices were invented which led to the development of modern day computers. Abacus. Abacus is the first calculating device invented in China. It was made up of a wooden rack with rods, each having beads. The wooden frame was divided into two parts, heaven and earth. Rods present in heaven had two beds in each, and the earth had five beads. It was used for performing simple calculation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Like this is used while in kindergarten for pre-nursery and NC ages of students. These beads are useful for addition, just like 2 beads of blue and 3 beads of red. Count them, is equal to 5. These are used for today's time for students. Now, Napier bones. Sir John Napier invented a calculating device called Napier bone. It is called so because it had numbers carved on bones or on a strip of wood. It was used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and other calculation like finding the square root of a number. Now, Pascaline. Blaise Pascal built the first mechanical computer, Pascaline. It consists of a rectangular box with movable wheels. Numbers were displayed by rotating the wheels. It was used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of numbers up to hundreds and thousands. Blaise Pascal discovered Pascal's theorem at the age of 16. This is the factual. Leibniz calculator. The famous German mathematician Leibniz improvised the Pascal's machine. The calculating machine step reckoner was used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and finding square roots of number. As you see, first we do addition, subtraction. Now we will do the square root of number. There is a step by step of the evolution of computers. Now, difference engine. To prepare mathematical tablets, Charles Babbage, a British mathematician, invented difference engine. Charles Babbage is considered as the father of computer. He also invented the first general purpose computer analytical engine. It had some basic elements as we have in today's computer, that is input, output, store, mill and control. Store was used for storing data, mill was the calculating unit, and control was used for supervising all unit. So as you see, this is the basic structure of the computer that was invented by the Charles Babbage, and this is called the difference engine. Early inventors: Augusta Ada Lovelace, an English mathematician and writer. Lady Augusta Ada Lovelace is mainly known for her work on Charles Babbage analytical engine. She is considered as the first programmer who suggested binary data storage 0 and 1. As you see, binary digit heads 0 and 1, only two values. Dr. Herman Hollerith, an American statistician. Herman Hollerith invented a tabulating machine which was capable of reading data, processing it, and giving the desired output. The input was given by using punched cards. Now, George Boole, an English mathematician. George Boole used to reduce mathematical problems to a series of having positive and negative answers question and linked with binary system to solve them. 1 was used for positive answer and 0 for negative answer. This system was known as the Boolean logic. In your senior classes you have learned about the Boolean logic, but you have to remember one thing. There the binary digits had only two values, 0 and 1. 1 is used for positive and 0 is used for negative. Okay. Now, generations of computer. As the computer is divided into generation: first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. We are today in fourth generation, and fifth generation, or we can say fifth generation, is for another age for artificial intelligence like robotics. This will study in this chapter. Generation of computer. Each generation of computer is marked by a major technological development resulting in better, cheaper, faster and smaller computer. Computers are classified into 5 different categories based on the technology used. As you see, when you study the first generation, the computers are bigger. In second, much smaller. Third, again smaller. Fourth, or again smaller as compared to the previous generation. The processing is faster as compared to the previous generation. But all we know about which computers is used in first generation, second, third. So first generation computer, the date is 1940. The following are some common characteristics of first generation computer. They use vacuum tubes. Input was given by punched cards and paper tapes. These computers are very large in size. They were very expensive and could perform operation in milliseconds. They could solve one problem at a time. For another problem, the reprogramming of the computer was required, which used to take a lot of time. So as you see, in today's time you can solve more than one problem at a one time, and there is no reprogramming over there. Okay, some first generation computers are as follows. There are the names of some first generation computer. Mark 1. Howard Aiken invented the first automatic sequence controlled calculator, Mark I, which was capable of executing long computation automatically. It was very slow as it used to take 3 to 5 seconds per calculations. Next one is ENIAC, ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, was invented by John W. Mauchly and John P. Eckert. It was initially built to help the army in carrying out calculations for bombs, missiles and other artilleries. To know, the ENIAC first task was doing calculation for the construction of a hydrogen bomb. Now, EDVAC, EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Calculator, was built using the binary code by Neumann John P. Eckert, American electrical engineer, and John W. Mauchly, American physicist. EDVEC was the first electronic computer that used to store different programs on punch cards. EDSAC, EDSAC. In ENIAC, programs could not be stored. Professor M. Wilkes of Cambridge University designed EDSAC, electronic delay storage automatic calculator. This machine was slightly faster than ENIAC. It is the first computer that used stored programs. UNIVAC. First, John P. Eckert and John W. Mauchly designed the world's first commercially available computer. UNIVAC. First, Universal Automatic Computer. First, it is the first electronic computer that was equipped with magnetic tape unit. It could handle both numeric and text data. The UNIVAC was the first computer to use buffer memory. Buffer memory, as you all of you not know about the buffer memory. Buffer memory is used when you have using something for a regular interval of time. Like you use just in your cupboard there are a lot of books, but you use your math book or English book for a regular interval of time, like daily. So you kept your math book or any other book which you use daily, you will put on your computer table. So the book which you put on your table, this is called the buffer memory of, just like the buffer memory of the computer. Which part or which data, which information the computer use in your regular interval of time, this will store in a buffer memory, so it is easy to find out them. Okay, now next is second generation computers. In second generation computer 1956. So there is a change from first generation to second generation. All you know that. The following are some common characteristics of second generation computer. They use transistors. So in first generation they used vacuum tubes. In second generation they used transistors. They were smaller, faster, cheaper and more efficient than the first generation computer. They used punch cards for input. First generation also used punch cards for computer input. They had all the components like storage capacity, disk storage, operating system and printer that associate with modern day computers. They were used for specific purpose only. IBM 1401 and RCA 501 are examples of the second generation computers. Now, third generation computers 1964. The following are some common characteristics of the third generation computer. They use integrated circuit ICs, popularly known as chips, for the first time in computer. They had more storage capacity than the second generation computer. They used an operating system that allowed to run different programs at the same time. The price of this generation computer was less than the previous generation. IBM 360 series and 370 series are examples of third generation computers. Fourth generation computer 1971. The following are some common characteristics of fourth generation computer. They use microprocessor that contain all the components of a CPU, central processing unit, on a single chip. The use of microprocessor helps in decrease size and increase efficiency. The storage capacity and computing power is much improved in this generation. They use improved storage devices that are cheaper than those used earlier. They can be linked together to share storage capacity, space, data, etc. In addition to desktop or personal computer used nowadays, the portable laptops, smartphones and tablets also use this technology and have become very common. This generation computer are small in size and faster than the previous generation computer. They lack the ability to think. Only these are called the microprocessor. In fourth generation we use the microprocessors. You can undo almost any action by pressing Ctrl plus Z. This is the fact. Or you can use the IBM PC and Apple Macintosh are the example of fourth generation computer. Fifth generation computer 2010. The following are some common characteristics of fifth generation computers. This generation computer are referred to as supercomputer. They have very large storage capacity and high speed. The computers of fifth generation can think, behave and act like human. This technology is called artificial intelligence. As you see in a movie Robot, the robots are, these are called for the fifth generation computer. It think, behave and act like humans. Okay, Chitti the Robo, these are called the fifth generation computer. The Cray CS300 series is an example of super computers. Okay, now these are the full forms you have to write with yourself. Universal, UNIVAC, Universal ADVAC, AI, ADSEC, IC integrated circuit, CPU central processing unit, AI artificial intelligence, ENIAC. Okay, all of you write with yourself with your pencil. Okay, now next is types of computer. With respect to size, speed, cost and storage capacity, computers are classified into the following types. With the first is microcomputers. This type of computers are small in size and cost less. They are also called personal computers as they are designed for personal use. They are mainly used in homes, school, shops and office. Examples: Commodore 64, IBM PC. Microcomputers, just like as you see in your computer lab, these are called the microcomputer. They are mainly used in homes and offices for general purpose use, not an extraordinary use like weather forecasting and anything else. These computers are for general use. Microcomputers are of the following types. First is desktop computer. These computers are designed to fit on the top of a desk. They come in several units such as monitor, keyboard, CPU and mouse, which are connected to each other by wires. As you see, this is the desktop computer. In your computer lab, you have all of you seen the desktop computer. One is monitor, CPU, this is keyboard and this is mouse. Now next is laptop computer. These computers can be placed on lap and are small inside. They are portable. Portable means that you can take care of this laptop anywhere where you want, like you have to work on a table and you have to work in your bed, anything you have where you want. Now next is tablet computers. These are smaller and lighter than laptops. These can be used to browse the web, playing games, listen to music, read ebooks and so on. These are called the tablet computers. These are all the functions which are used in the laptop are not in this tablet computer. There are much less functions available for tablet computers, like play games, listen music and read ebooks. Ebooks are called as electronic books, as and all the soft copy of your any book is called a ebook. Now next is mini computer. They are general purpose computer that can be used by a large number of people at the same time. They are used in banks, university and in other big organization. Examples: PDP 8, mini computer, mainframe computers. These computers are big in size and have a large memory and high speed. They are capable of supporting hundreds or even thousands of users simultaneously. They are used in networked environment. These computers are very expensive and are used in large businesses, organization, universities, scientific laboratories, stock exchange, market, etc. Example: IBM Z series, PDP 10 and System Z10. Mainframe computer, as these are computers are used in very big organization for networks. So only one computer is placed, only one CPU is placed and many more monitors are placed for the different users. So all them used with the same computer, and this is called networking also. So it is mainly used in networking. So you have to pay the cost of one CPU. You have to cost the one CPU or one processor, and others you have used. So all of you know that cost of the CPU is more while prepare, like the monitor is about your choice. You have to choose only small size or you have to choose bigger size, but the processor is only the main cost of the processor. Keyboard is only for 200 or 300 rupees only. Mouse is for also 200 only, 500, but the main cost is for the processor. Now next is supercomputer. These are most powerful and fast computer. These computers are expensive and are employed for specialized application that require immense amount of mathematical calculation. These computers have huge processing speed. Supercomputers are used for weather forecasting, graphic research, etc. Example: Cray 1, Cray 2, Param, Pace, ETA-10, etc. The first supercomputer built by India was Param 8000, completed and installed in 1991. This is the first supercomputer built by India. These are used mainly for weather forecasting because everything is changing in a millisecond. So there is the fastest computer, supercomputer. As you see, this is the summary of your chapter. First, second, third, fourth and fifth generation टेक्नोलॉजी यूज वैक्यूम ट्यूब्स ट्रांजिस्टर इंटीग्रेटेड चिप माइक्रो प्रोसेसर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. इनपुट हम किससे दे रहे थे? इनपुट इज गिवन बाय पंच कार्ड magnetic tapes, keyboard, monitor. All of you know this is the summary. So all of you know the chapter. Now try to assess yourself. Do this MCQ, fill in the blanks, true false, match the following. Very short answer type question in your book. So in the next video I will discuss all these things and give you a soft copy of these answers. So you have to write in your copy. Okay, thank you.